Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's going on? What's popping, y'all? What's happening here on a Monday night? I don't think I've ever did a stream this late on the Monday night, but we know why I'm here. Monday night football. Our Atlanta Falcons with a miraculous come from behind victory against the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, what a game that was. What a game that was. My apologies to everybody. I know I'm like almost an hour late. I had originally planned to go live about 11:20, immediately following the game, but after how the game ended, I was just man, I was lit. I was crunk. I was excited. I had to come down a little bit, man. I was pumped up. So I had to come down a little bit. So, but I finally made it on. Um, won't be here too long, man. Just want to come on and rap with y'all, man, and celebrate a little bit with y'all. This is definitely a huge, big victory for the Falcons. Granted, it's only week 2, but I said before, man, like I felt like, excuse me, man, just get over this bronchitis. I was trying to get over it, but I felt like this was almost was a must win game for the Falcons here in week 2. You certainly did not want to come back home to Atlanta week 3 and have to face Patrick Mahomes on the brink of going 0-3. That would have been a big hole to try to lift yourself out of. So, granted, it was only week 2, but I really felt like we were kind of in a almost a must-win situation. And our boys, they fought, they clawed, and they played as such. They played like it was a must-win situation for them. Man, we came out with that victory. Man, did not look like it was gonna happen. Didn't look like it was gonna transpire. Uh, but we prevailed. We prevailed, and we did it. Um, let me let me see. Y'all let me know how my sound is. Is my sound good? I mean, not my sound, but my quality. It looked like I'm getting like bad feedback on my quality. How's the quality? Am I skipping in or out? Like how my quality is? I know sometimes my stream y'all be acting funny, but is my quality good? So if I'm coming in and out, y'all just let me know. But man, what a big victory, man! I was so lit, I was so excited, I was so crunk, man. It felt good for once to be on the other side of a fourth quarter comeback. It felt great for once to be on the other side of a fourth quarter comeback. It felt great, So I'm very happy we was able to pull this off tonight, man. Y'all just don't know. Like I said, I was supposed to be on here like 11:20, but man, I was just feeling so good about the game and about the comeback. Um, Had to do a little personal celebrating, enjoyed it, and bask in that victory a little while, come down, and then I finally got on tonight. But a great win for Atlanta, man. Great victory, man. This is our biggest win in quite some time. I'm trying to think back when the last time we had just like a big victory like this, but this was a huge win. Again, you just did not want to come back to Atlanta 0-2 facing Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now you get this big win on the road against Philadelphia. Now you done built some momentum. You done built some confidence. So now you feel even better about yourself. You feel even better about your team. Coming back home against Kansas City, you feel like you could possibly come home, defend your home field, and get a victory against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. So this was paramount that we won this game. Um, and again, I was just on the high. I was here on the high, man. As the game was going on, one thing I noticed that the Falcons played a lot better uh, during the duration of this game compared to the week 1 against not Philadelphia, but Pittsburgh. We played a lot better. Defense was better. Offense as a whole was better. We came out with a much better strategy game plan on offense. That was very noticeable. We did a exceptional job in blocking this week. You had a couple miscues here and there, but as a whole, we did an exceptional job blocking, run blocking, pass blocking. Um, I know a lot of people mess with Kirk Cousins about his lack of mobility. Even some of our fans mess with Kirk Cousins about his lack of mobility. But it wasn't necessarily needed tonight because the line did such a great job blocking for him. It did such a great job blocking. They did an excellent job opening up running lanes for Bijan. Did a great job opening up running lanes for Tyler Algier. Bijan, he got off to a fast start. Looked like Bijan was going to hit him up for about 150 yards rushing. After halftime, I think he had about 80 something yards at halftime. I think he finished with like right under 100 altogether. But a lot of that was due to changing the scheme and changing the game plan adjustments in the second half. Also, they gave Tyler Algier more opportunities in the second half. Also, which is something that I was very critical about last week. Tyler Algier only had 3 rushing attempts for the whole game. He had 9 this time. So he had 3 times as much, and then he put up and he produced. He had 53 total yards. Bijan didn't have as many rushing attempts this game. He had 14 rushing attempts, but he still managed to get 97 yards. So we were way more balanced running the ball. And when Tyler came in, it gave Bijan an opportunity to get a little rest. And Tyler came in, he was running that ball, man. Run that ball. I mean, yeah, we know Bijan is an exceptional athlete, but Zach Robinson, he has to be conscious of what he has in Tyler Algier, man. You just can't let him. You just can't put him over there and just forget about him, man. You got to find a way to work him into the game plan. And he did a much better job at that tonight. Again, did a much better job of blocking for Kirk Cousins. I know a lot of people was ready to cut Caleb McGarry after the Pittsburgh game, and I did as much as I could to try to defend him because when I went back and watched the game, I'm not saying that Caleb played great or Caleb played well against Pittsburgh, but it wasn't as bad as our narrative made it seem. You know what I mean? All things considered, especially based on what he was asked to do and how he was asked to block T.J. Watt. A lot of times he was left out there by island by himself, and then you consider the fact of how T.J. Watt lined up on defense as well. He was coming full speed ahead with his ears pinned back, rushing the quarterback. And, Caleb had to do what Caleb had to do. But he did much better today. I feel like Caleb played a great game today. You didn't hear his name called today. And y'all know with offensive lineman, if you don't hear the name called, that's a great thing. So Caleb McGarry was great tonight. Also, last week, everybody beat up on A.J. Terrell. Everybody was calling him trash, calling him garbage, and A.J. Terrell he played fantastic tonight. A.J. had a fantastic game. I didn't think he played as bad as the fan narrative made it seem last week either. But he played much better tonight. Played a great game. You didn't really hear A.J. Terrell's name called hardly any at all tonight either. So that's another good thing. So the guys who caught a lot of flack last week played much better. Now again to Kirk Cousins. Troy Aikman during the broadcast, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something to the effect that he talked to Kirk Cousins, and Cousins told him that he wasn't 100%, but he feels 100% in the pocket. Whatever that means. He said he wasn't 100%, but he felt 100% in the pocket. And before we finish that, let me get the super chat from the dog Antonio Henderson, bro. Appreciate that, man. Thank you very much to my guy Antonio Henderson with the $9.99 super chat, bro. Definitely do appreciate that. Appreciate you always supporting the show, always supporting the Facebook group. So thank you very much, Antonio. He says, when I told all the negative ABG couch GMs, yo, shut up with the bad energy. You can see now that that message well. The offense can score at will. The Robinson opens up the playbook. Let's effing go. Totally agree, man. Totally agree. And you saw the difference tonight, once the playbook got opened up. You saw the difference in how Kirk Cousins played. Kirk, you could tell any player that's playing in the NFL, they already got a lot of pride, and they're competitive. You just don't get that far by luck in the NFL. It don't happen, especially having a long-term career like Kirk has. So you could tell by looking at him tonight that he soaked a lot of that in with what was said about him and the criticism that he received. You could tell how he came out of play. He started off a little bit slower. He still played leaps and bounds better than what he did against Pittsburgh. Started off a little slow tonight, but as the game went on and on and on and on, Kurt started to catch his groove, started to catch his groove, started to catch his groove, you know. And also as the game went on and on and on, you didn't really see a lot of attention being placed to that ankle or to that Achilles. He wasn't really favoring it at all. You were able to see that. You were able to notice that. You know, and that goes a little bit back to what I said that the mental part of it. It looks like as the game went on, he was able to put a lot of the mental part of that injury behind him and just concentrate and say, "Hey, man, I'm just about to play football." And as that game went on, Kurt did miss a couple guys on some critical plays. I'm gonna keep it 100. He missed some receivers on some critical plays. I felt like when we were down there at the goal line, and he just threw the ball in the stands. He threw the ball high in the stands. I think it was third down at the time, third and goal. I felt like he had at least two guys open. And I don't know if he saw something that I could not see on TV, but I did feel like he missed some guys. I felt like he missed Mooney at one point in the game, who was running a post corner, and also feel like he missed Ray McLeod for a huge game, which could have potentially been a touchdown. But but besides that, as that game went on, Kurt started dealing. It's like a pitcher. If you listen to baseball, you hear the commentator start saying, "Okay, he's dealing now. He's dealing." As that, as the game transpired and it went on, Kurt started to feel more comfortable. He started dealing. And I did notice this. Once because the offensive line did a great job at the beginning of the game, pass blocking for Kurt, and also Philly offensive line did a great job blocking for Jalen Hurts. But once Kurt started to get hit, it was like, that's what I needed. I noticed normally in a football game, when your quarterback take a hit or he started to get hit, their play starts to regress a little bit or digress, whichever is the correct way to say that. But when they finally got to Kirk and they started putting some pressure on him, they started hitting him, it was like Kurt was like, that's what I needed. I needed to get hit. I needed to get hit. I needed y'all to put me on my ass. You know what I'm saying? So I can get myself focused. And that seemed like what happened with him. He got focused. He started driving the football. You know what I mean? He started driving the football. And then that final drive, it was just like, man, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I didn't expect that to happen. I'm gonna be real. Because the mentality of Falcons fans, we are used to always being on the wrong side of fourth quarter games. So I did not anticipate us to come back. And we probably need to pitch in and send Saquon Barkley a thank you letter, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe send him some roses or something of that nature. Because without him dropping that ball, my attitude and my tone would probably be a lot different tonight. But once he missed that ball and he gave us a chance, our team, like, look, we on the road, we're going to win this game. When we got the ball, I'm telling you, I hadn't seen a Falcons offense move that fluid in one drive since 2016. Since prime Matt Ryan, prime Julio Jones, prime Devontae Freeman, prime Tevin Coleman, Taylor Gabriel. That offense was moving like a machine, precise. Kirk was dealing. He was throwing them passes on the money. Receivers were getting open. We couldn't be stopped. I felt like that final drive, we could have took that ball. We could have took that ball 99 yards if we had to. We looked like a well-oiled machine who could not be stopped on that final drive, no matter what. And Philly defense had been playing relatively good all night. But that last drive, they couldn't do nothing with us. They could not do anything with us at all. Kirk Cousins was on the money that drive. Our receivers was on the money that drive. Even had Kyle Pitts come and make a big play on that drive. And we took the ball down there and we scored like it wasn't nothing. Scored like it wasn't nothing. And then, they get the ball back. And, I'm sitting watching the game. And I think at the time the score was 22-21. It might have been like 34 seconds left or something of that nature. And I'm seeing like I'm nervous. I'm sure y'all was nervous too. We Falcons fans, so our nerves are always shot in money situations like that. So I'm sitting here watching the game. I'm like, oh man, here we go. I'm just nervous. I think they caught their first pass. It probably went about 15, 18 yards. I'm like, oh man, they only like 15 yards from field goal position, and they got a great kicker. They got a great field goal kicker. So I'm sitting here, I'm super, super nervous, and I remember thinking to myself, like, man, we needed Jesse Bates. Interceptions. And I had even posted that earlier in the in our Facebook group with as we was watching the game. And God damn it, if that didn't happen, we got the Jesse Bates interception, man. And I'm telling y'all, I felt like $3,000 when he intercepted that football, man, because that was just a big win that the team needed, the fan base needed, the franchise needed, the city needed, the state needed. It was great. It was great, and it felt good. It felt good for a change to watch another fan base get shown on TV and they're in misery. You know what I mean? It felt good to see the other team walk to the locker room, with their head down and with them having bad body language. It felt good to see Jesse Bates hit that, hit the dirty bird after he caught the interception. All that felt good, man. So super proud of the team, man. Even before that final drive, the Falcons played hard. They played hard football. They played tough football. And it really was just a matter of the offense getting into in some type of rhythm, especially passing the ball. We had got to a point where we were driving, but we just couldn't finish. We just couldn't finish. We just couldn't get in the end zone. So it was only a matter of time, And we took advantage of the opportunity that was given to us, when they gave us the ball back. And we went right down the field and scored. Left everybody in shock. I don't think nobody seen that coming. Our fan base, their fan base, you could tell the commentators was on TV was like, oh shit, the Falcons had a fourth quarter comeback that they didn't lose the lead and another team lost the lead. So man, it was just a fantastic feeling finally to be on the other side of a comeback like that. Got a super chat from our dog Abel. Appreciate you, Abel. Thank you very much, bro, for the love. Always showing love and support to the channel. Thank you very much, Abel. He says, what's good, Tyler? What's going on, Abel? How much more improvement do you think this offense will achieve as the season progresses? That's an excellent question. I think they're going to continue to get better because you saw Kirk Cousins mentally kind of turn a corner. That the most important person that comeback was probably was Kirk. New quarterback, new team, new city, and all that stuff, and people questioning him, and he hadn't really been embraced by the fans. And after week 1 against Pittsburgh, he had a lot of mud thrown his way, so he really needed that. I think even though he's in like year 13, I think he needed that as a confidence booster because offensively, we're really gonna go as far as our quarterback takes us, and how he played late in the second half, and then the final drive of the second half. It looks like he turned the corner. Looks like he, got some confidence in that ankle or that Achilles. And I think as the season progresses, Zach Robinson will start calling better games. He called a much, much, much better game tonight. After week 1, I was damn near wanted to actually, start to question that hire. Like, how did we hire this guy? Like, this is the best he can do. So I think as the season progresses, Zach will get a lot better. Kirk, his confidence will continue to get better. His ankle or his Achilles will start to feel a whole lot better. And I think we've seen a great deal of that tonight during the football game. His chemistry will start to improve. We saw improved chemistry tonight with his receivers. With Drake London, Drake made some big catches for us. Oh, Ray McLeod made some big catches for us. So I think with time, symmetry, and chemistry, this team can do some big things. As I was watching this game, it just felt like we couldn't finish. We couldn't finish. We couldn't finish. And you could see what this offense can be. If our quarterback play, can move up to more optimal levels. You can see what this team can be. You see what you got in your running game. You see when the offensive line is in sync and chemistry. You see what that offensive line can do. We saw what Kirk Cousins can do also. When he's focusing, and he's not thinking about that Achilles in the back of his mind. This offense can be unstoppable, man. I really feel like if we stay healthy, we continue to get better. I feel like we can be a top 10 offense. I feel like the defense can be a top 10 defense. Yes, Philadelphia converted on a lot of third and fourth downs tonight, but Philly had to play tonight, man. Philly had to play. They really had to play. Now, I was upset most of the game about the amount of time that they had in the pocket. Well, Jalen Hurts had in the pocket. We still are struggling to rush the passer. There was time when Jalen Hurts had enough time to fix a sandwich and make a few phone calls and listen to Spotify. There was times when he just had way too much time in the pocket. So we got to find some way to do a better job at rushing and passing more consistently. Because he had a lot of time back there. And there was time where their offensive line was just whipping our defensive line. And I know Philadelphia, they have a great offensive line, even with the retirement of Kelsey. So that's just another thing. But to answer your question, man, I think sky's the limit. I really think we can be a top 10 offense. I honestly do. Got another super chat from Antonio Henderson. Thank you very much, Antonio. Do appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much for the support. He says, just think a year ago, we didn't even have a quarterback that could do what Cousins did in the last minute of the game. I love that. So shout out to Uncle Steve. And also, I seen Uncle Steve. He was at the game in Philadelphia also. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to his commentary, from the point of view of somebody that was out there, dealing with a notoriously tough crowd at Philadelphia. And you're absolutely right. Last year, Desmond Ritter would have probably threw an interception in the final drive of the game, and that we'd just been all upset and cussing. And it just really feel good to have a competent quarterback back there tonight who took advantage of what the defense gave them. The defense put us in position to win the game, and it just felt great to have a competent quarterback. Don't get me wrong, Kirk Cousins was not, he wasn't great tonight. He was good enough. He went bad. He went bad tonight, But you kind of see what you paid for when you got Kirk Cousins. That's what you were looking for when the Falcons signed him to that contract. That's what they were looking for. That's what you paid that $100 million guaranteed for. When you put the football in his hands in crunch time, you want him to be able to finish the deal. And that's exactly what he did. He finished the deal. When you finish the deal like that, all the miscues you had, the mistakes that you had, they're way more easy to digest. They're way more easy to digest. If you overthrew a guy, even if you had a turnover, when you make the plays you're supposed to make in money time, people have a short memory for all your mistakes and all your miscues. No matter who you are. When you win, when you're supposed to win, when you win in money time, people will forgive you. People will look the other way. People will give you a longer leash. And I feel like that's exactly where we're going to be at with Kirk Cousins, and I anticipate him to continue to get better. I hope he continues to get better. You face Philadelphia week 2, you face Pittsburgh week 1. Now you do got the Kansas City defense coming to Atlanta. That's another great defense. But these first 3 weeks, y'all, Kirk really ain't gonna face no defense like that no more for the rest of the season. Maybe up into the playoffs, maybe a team here and there that I'm forgetting about. But Pittsburgh defense, Philly's defense, and then you got Kansas City defense in consecutive weeks. It should get better, for us after that. And let's just take a look at the stats real quick, y'all. Kirk Cousins was 20 for 29. He had 241 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interception. Bijan 97 rushing attempts. I'm sorry, 97 rushing yards. Excuse me. 14 carries. Tyler Algier 53 rushing yards, 9 carries. Um, did better throwing the ball also. Darnell Mooney, 3 catches, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. He scored the first touchdown. That was a huge play for Atlanta. That helped us also, kind of get some momentum and kick things off and kind of wake ourselves up a little bit. Once we scored that first touchdown, it's like we came alive as a team. Like, okay, we up. We woke now. So that really helped kick things off, with the big touchdown with Darnell Mooney. Drake London, 6 catches, and he had some real key catches also during this game. 54 yards, 1 big touchdown. Ray McLeod had 3 receptions for 42 yards. Bijan, 4 catches, 25 yards. Kyle Pitts, 3 receptions for 20 yards. Now, and Tyler Algier also had a catch for 12 yards. I will, I know I could be asking a lot coming off of victory, but I want to see them find a way to try to get Kyle Pitts more involved in this offense as well. I want to see can we get that rookie Kyle Pitts back going again? When he had Matt Ryan throwing him the ball. Now you got more of a traditional pocket passer with Kirk Cousins. So I want to see, Kyle Pitts get open up in this offense as well. I want to see Kyle Pitts get going. I want to see him, have some bigger games, 6, 7 catches, 80, 90, 100 yards. Get him more engaged in this offense as well. And we can get him engaged, man. The sky's the limit. Sky is really, really the limit. Tay Russ says Troy Anderson can't start anymore. Oh man, don't start me on Troy, man. Tay, don't take me down that road because I'm in such a good mood. And talking about Troy Anderson would really change my mood. Oh man, Troy Anderson, boy. You could tell that Philadelphia watched a lot of film on our defense. I mean, obviously, everybody in the NFL watch a lot of film. So, that's a Captain Obvious statement I'm making. But you can tell that they saw and realized that Troy Anderson is there's a high probability and there's a high likelihood that he's a weak link on that defense. So they just kept attacking him. They kept, especially the first half, they just kept attacking Troy, kept attacking him. They was running right at him. They were sending them guards at him. They realized, like, hey, this guy can't shuck no blocks. This guy's always taking bad angles. Let's run right at him. Run right at Troy Anderson. And that's what they did. And they were just picking up big plays, moving the chains, third down. He was out of plays, taking bad angles. Y'all know we brought in 3 linebackers for a workout during the week before they announced that Nate Landman would be going on IR. I forget who it was. It was Quan Alexander, Rashawn Evans, and I forget the other linebacker name. I think he played for Detroit. But they brought in 3 guys, and I don't know what we're gonna do about Troy because everybody else we play going forward, they're gonna do everything that they can to attack him. They're gonna see like this is the weak link on this defense also. So we're just gonna continue to attack him. And I pray and I hope Troy Anderson gets better. But I'm gonna be honest, I was saying this all night as I was watching the game. When I look at Troy Anderson, I see a special teams player. I see a guy who's not a starting caliber linebacker in the NFL. He's a depth piece. That's a depth piece to your defense. Not saying that he's not an NFL player, but he's not a starter. He's not a viable starter on the NFL team. He should be a guy that's on special teams and used for depth purposes. So we got to figure something out, man. And I do anticipate that Atlanta will bring somebody in. They'll bring a free agent in probably this week with Troy Anderson about to miss, the next 3 games at the very least. And we don't really know how significant this Troy Anderson excuse me, I'm saying Troy Anderson. We don't know how significant the Nate Landman injury is, So hopefully it ain't that serious. Hopefully we can get him back in about a month. But man, we got a long way to go with Troy Anderson. Kane Ellis, fine. We good with Kane Ellis. Well, Kane Ellis can give us some good football. He ain't the greatest linebacker. He ain't the worst either. He's a solid linebacker. But Troy Anderson, you in trouble there. you were in trouble with Troy Anderson. Max says same tide is over for Troy, but he's just not getting after. No, he's not, man. He's not. And he was a second round pick, if I'm not mistaken, right, y'all? Like, look, man, this is year 3, I think, for Troy Anderson. I think this is year 3, if I'm not mistaken. 22, 23, 24. Yeah, I think this is year 3 for Troy. You were a second round pick. It's like, bro, we can't sit here and wait forever. If you ain't got it by now, you probably ain't gonna get it. And I'm not saying that he don't go out there and try, because I feel like he's trying his hardest, but he just don't seem to have the nuances of the linebacker, of an NFL caliber starting linebacker. Again, he has trouble shucking off blocks. He has a lot of trouble, filling the gaps, making impact plays. Even when he blitz, this guy, 4.3, 4.4 speed. I was watching him blitz, right? I was watching him blitz all night because they sent him on a lot of blitz because, obviously they were trying to use the size and speed. Hey, man, you go rush the quarterback. Get to the quarterback. Get Jalen Hurts. Even when he blitz, it's a travesty to look at, man, because when he's blitzing, he goes in there way too timid, and they just push him out the way. When he blitz, they easily push him out the way, because when you blitz, even if you don't get to the quarterback, you need to cause some commotion. You need to be able to at least make this quarterback uncomfortable. But the linemen, they easily just push him out the way. Jalen Hurts would run right where he left. They were waiting on us to see him. They were waiting for us to blitz with Troy Anderson because it was ice cream and cake for Philadelphia on how they adjusted to it. So we got to figure out something. We got to figure something out with Troy Anderson. Outside of him, man, I think we did good on defense. Outside of rushing and passing, we got to find a way to do better rushing and passing. But man, this was just such a great victory, y'all. We are now 1-1, and I even feel a lot more confident. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Before tonight, I was thinking like, yeah, we're Kansas City's gonna probably beat us, man, in Atlanta. So we probably need to get prepared for that loss. But now, looking how this team played tonight, if they can play marginally better tonight, next week than they did tonight, I feel like we got a valid chance to still. It's bad when you say still a game at home, but I feel like we can still a game at home. I feel like we can steal that game in Kansas City, if we play some real good football, And I like the fire that I seen from the guys tonight, man. They were fighting. They came to fight tonight. That's one thing I'm gonna tell y'all, man. That's one thing about our Falcons that I've always despised. I've always, a lot of times, felt like we didn't fight when we played football. I felt like we were pushovers. Even when we were a good team, I didn't feel like we fought a lot. I just felt like we were more of a finesse team. Like when we had Matt and Julio, the offense was typically real good or great, so we could score a lot of points. But when it was time to play a physical game, like when Philadelphia beat us in the divisional round of the 2017 playoffs, that was just a physical game. The team that won that game was simply the more physical team, in 2017. I just always felt like the Falcons just were not physical enough, and I used to say to myself, man, we should have never built the dome, or we should have just kept an open air stadium, and maybe we'd have been mentally tough. I just felt like that the mental and physical toughness is what the Falcons oftentimes lack, even when we were good. I didn't feel like we could win a lot of games where you just got to out physical the guys. What I'm trying to say is tonight, I saw a team, even though we made some mistakes, We're gonna come out here and we're gonna hit y'all in the mouth. Y'all hit us in the mouth, we're gonna hit you right back in the mouth. You know, y'all want to be physical, we'll be physical. You know, y'all want to pound this thing out, we'll pound it out. You know, you want to throw a hook, we'll throw a counter. I saw a team that was physical tonight. And that's one thing that made me proud about how they played. You know, there were some mistakes. There were some things we could have did better. There was some mishaps. We missed a block here and got our quarterback sacked. Kirk missed a pass here. Troy Anderson missed a lot of stuff there. But the team was physical and they fought. When you in football, you fight, you stay physical, you show a lot of heart. A lot of times you can hang around and steal some games. And that's what we did tonight. We hung around, we fought, we didn't give up, didn't put our head down. We stood in the paint and we fought and we were able to come home with the victory. And that's one thing that made me real proud of this team. The physicality that I finally seen from the Falcons. You know, they look like an AFC team tonight. You know, they didn't look like that against Pittsburgh last week, but they look like an AFC team tonight, and you can win a lot of games like that. Larry from the Dixon Way. What's going on, Larry? Larry says the only reason Troy is playing because he is a second-round pick. That's true. Troy Anderson is the Ritter of our defense. Let's ring the bell for that because I do agree. He is the Ritter of our defense. Here's a perfect example of a combine Tarzan but being lost in the game. I totally agree with you on that, bro. You gotta do something with Troy. Troy, we gotta do something with Troy because every team from this point forward, they saw how he played and how he was out of position. They're gonna attack us on that also. What's up, C Dub? Says our team showing that heart and fight. Yeah, we show heart and fight, man. You show that heart and you fight, man. Look, you can play with anybody. They come out there and they play with that same heart and fight and desire that they played tonight, and they do the same thing Sunday night, another night game, another national televised game. You do that against Kansas City, hey man, I feel like we can win it. Going into the game, I didn't feel like we could beat Kansas City, especially after we played against Pittsburgh. I was like, oh man, this might be one of these years. Good Lord, bro. Ooh, boy, woo. But now I feel way different. I feel like we can win that game. We're gonna have to play damn good football now. You're gonna be able to go in there and bullshit around and play, you know, because Pat Mahomes gonna come to play, and Reed gonna have the boy ready to play. But I feel like it's a game that we can win. I didn't feel like that I did not feel like that until I saw us play tonight. I feel like we can beat Kansas City now. I really do. You know, so I'm looking forward to that game. You know, looking forward to it. What up, Carlos? Says the win was bigger than most understand their swagger a little bit. Yes, very well said. The win was bigger than most understand. Swagger was a little bit different. I was on Twitter and Big Hugh Douglas, you know, who played for the Eagles, used to be on Atlanta radio. I think he's now back on radio in Philly. But he prematurely sent out a tweet. He said something like, I was wrong. This game was a lot tougher than I thought it would be. It was a good game and a lot tougher than I thought it would be. You know, that was kind of like his concession speech that good game, Atlanta. Y'all played tougher than we thought, that I thought y'all would, but we still pulled out the victory. I went back because I was going to mess with him. I said, oh, you sent it out too fast, Hugh. Hugh done deleted the tweet. So I'm going to mess with him tomorrow and say, you went and deleted that tweet, then you're not. Yeah. But that feels good, man. And not only do you win a game like this, but you do it on Monday night. That's a statement. Everybody watching. Everybody is watching. Everybody watching. The Falcons are gonna be the lead story on all the sports networks and sports shows. So everybody's watching Monday Night Football. This is early in the season. Everybody is watching. You know, so that makes it even more sweeter because it's a Monday night game. Everybody watching. Philadelphia, they got a huge fan base. You know, so it brought in a lot of eyes to the TV tonight, and we pulled it out. You know, people didn't expect the Falcons to do that, and we did it. So that make it even more sweet, more sweet. Keystone L says, "Hey, Toddy, you missed my super chat. I wanted your perspective on the Reddit, but my apologies, bro. I didn't even see it, man. Let me go back up. I'm sorry about that. Let's see. I'm scrolling, bro. I do not see it. Okay, I see it now. My apologies, man. I'm sorry about that. Shout out to Kingston Ellington, excuse me. My apologies. 9.99 super chat. I definitely do appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for the support, loyalty, bro. I do appreciate that. Kingston says, "Hey, Tyler, this is your boy Dennis." Oh, Dennis, what's up, bro? That's my dog. My boy Dennis told me, yeah, man. That's my dog, man. We used to actually work. I won't put where we worked at. Not that I mind sharing it with y'all, but I don't know if he want me to put it out. But we used to work together, back in the day, back when we was much younger, back when I still had hair. But that's my boy, man. I remember one time me and him rode from Macon. I think we worked on a Friday night. We rode from Macon and we rode to Atlanta. This was back when my bad, Dennis. I'm gonna read the super chat too. My fault, bro. I'm just reminiscing. I'm glad you're here, man. Great. I appreciate you, bro, coming through. But we had work. I think it might have been a Sunday night, Dennis. But we had rode from Macon after work up to Atlanta. Now this is back when the Buckhead Strip was still live, right? We done got off late. I think we might have got off about 10 or 11, something like that. We done left work, went straight to Atlanta, went straight to Buckhead. You know what I'm saying? So we getting there late. But y'all know old Atlanta back in like early 2000s, I think this was. That's, bro, Buckhead Strip back then. They're probably like 2003, 2004, somewhere around there. So we done went to Buckhead, man. We done went hit the strip. We just bar hopping and all that stuff. But man, me and him riding up there, we smoking, we drinking. I mean, we had us a good ass time, man. We had a good ass time. My dog Dennis was one of them dancers, boy. He had all the females on that dance floor. I'm more the type to play the wall a little bit. But my dog was on that dance floor getting down. But man, it's good to have you in here, Dennis, bro. I sure appreciate the super chat. He says, great win. How do you feel about us running Bijan over Tyler in the goal line and short yardage situation? I said this in the group, Dennis. I said maybe they should consider letting Tyler be the short yardage back. Obviously Bijan is more talented. That goes without saying. But when you watch them run, Tyler rarely goes back. I kind of feel like in short yardage, you want the bigger, stronger back to lean forward. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 3rd and goal at the 2, 4th and goal at the 2. I kind of feel like you probably want to lean more toward the Tyler as you're in that situation. Because if you notice when they run, Tyler is the guy that of course he's bigger and he always leads with his shoulder. Bijan runs more straight up, because Bijan is always looking to make a cut or make a move or make a juke. Whereas Tyler he normally dips his shoulder more, leads with his shoulder because he's normally looking to deliver contact. So based on running style, based on just sheer power, I really think Tyler probably need to be more of the short yardage back than Bijan, and maybe Zach Robinson will start to see that also after they stopped us on what was that 4th down, that big 4th down play where they stood Bijan up. Something tells me that Tyler might could have got that 4th down just based on his running style. But great question, Dennis, bro. Appreciate it, man. Eric Parker here. What's going on, Eric? Miss B in the house. What's going on, Miss B? Y'all make sure y'all check out Miss B on her YouTube channel also. She drops some excellent content periodically through the week as well. So make sure to show her some love. Subscribe to her show if you're not already subscribed also. But yeah, this was great, man. This was a great win. Make sure I didn't miss nobody else here. My bad on that, Dennis, bro. So appreciate you coming through. But yeah, this was a great win, y'all. I'm not gonna keep y'all long. I know it's Monday night, man. So the week has just started. We all got work, we all got school, got to get the kids up and all that stuff. But this was a fantastic win, y'all. What I'll probably do is what's up, Miller Mills? What's going on? Georgia, Texas boy in the house. And then I said, yeah, we had a night. Yeah, we did have a night, bro. We was on that weed and drinking. I remember I was telling you, because we was on the way back, we had been drinking. I remember the police had got behind us. I like, man, dog, police done got behind us, boy. Then as you told me something like, you like, fuck it. You gonna pull me over? He gonna pull me over. But thankfully, we made it back to the Mac town. We had a great, great time. There was some good times, man. There was some great times in life, and that's when you could just hit that Buckhead strip and just go from bar to bar to bar to bar to club to club. The thing about it, Atlanta, when it's expensive like it is now, you can go to Atlanta back then about get strong $56 in your pocket and have a great time. Now you need that. You need hundreds of dollars in your pocket if you go have that time. But that was a time, man. That was really the last phase of old Atlanta. You know, that was the last remnants of old Atlanta. You know, Buckhead Strip. That's before the condos and all that stuff came out. That's when you still had the fuel and stuff back on the strip and everything. But yeah, there was some good times, bro. I sit back and reminisce about them times. There was some real good times, excellent times. Lisa in the building. What's going on, Lisa? Everyone's watching. The most expected us to lose. This was a big win. We definitely needed a huge win on national TV, man. I'm still excited about it. I'll probably be up all night, you know, acting like we don't want to play our game. So, Lil E in the building. What's happening, Lil E? What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. They should have had both backs in on the fourth down play and gave it to Tyler since they were keying on Bijan. Yeah, they were keying on Bijan, and I'm glad they did give Tyler more burn, man, because Tyler was a good back, man. You can't have a good back like that. And, you know, you don't give him no burn. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. It's getting late. Yeah, so yeah, those were the days. My dog on the mark in the building. What's going on the mark? Appreciate you coming through. Y'all make sure to check out On the Mark also on YouTube as well. One of the excellent Falcons content creators. So make sure that if you're not already subscribed to his channel, make sure that you do subscribe and show him a bunch of love. There's coughing like crazy over here from smoking on the Eagles pack. Definitely smoking on the Eagles pack, man. Speaking of smoking, man, I hadn't been able to smoke me a cigar in like over 2 weeks, man. I've been battling bronchitis, man. It was getting the best of me, but I think I'm finally turning the corner. Starting to feel a lot better. I would have loved to smoke me a cigar, smoke on the Eagles pack tonight, but hopefully soon. But this is great, man. MVM 1978 in the building. What's going on? Great phases of 60 minutes of football. And that was a great game, y'all. That was a great game. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It been a lot of times on national TV where we done played some bad games. This is a great game. But not gonna hold y'all. It's almost 1 a.m., man. Like I said, I know we got life tomorrow. It's Tuesday. So I'll try to come back tomorrow, man, and you know, maybe pull people up on the panel. And that way, you know, we can talk about the game and, you know, get post-game reactions and things of that nature. But it's been real, man. Excellent win by the Falcons. We're now 1-1, you know, so it'll be exciting to see how the week play out and what the narrative will be for the national media about our team, man. But much love, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate the engagement. As always, God bless, man. And I should see y'all tomorrow. Peace.